Welcome back to another episode of the CRL Podcast. My name is Caleb Smith, driver of the High Five Racing truck and ARCA car on Monday and Wednesday nights, joined by Jacob and Rob.
This is your boy Jakob, driver of the number 19 truck on Mondays and ARCA car on Wednesdays, and soon to be Xfinity cars on Tuesdays, and owner of Grant Designs.
And me, the only one in this call. Oh, sorry. Me, Rob Sherwood, the only one in this podcast who has not won either a CRL championship or a CRL Best of the Rest challenge. Congratulations, by the way, Khalib.
Caleb lost that.
I fucking lost, man. I got Pat. Yeah, no, he passed me with 5 laps to go.
There was a rumor that Ghost got DQ'd in post race.
Huh?
They said he didn't pass tech. I don't know. That's just what I heard. Pockers tweeted about it, everything.
But buddy, we have the same. We're the same team. If his truck's illegal, mine was illegal.
No. That's not how this works.
But if it was illegal and we finished 9th and 10th, like, that's terrible.
Let's throw some more tape on it, boys.
Hey, I think I finished behind you guys in like 12th or 13th.
It was 11th, I think.
Oh, hey, yeah, 9th, 10th, and 11th.
You still finished in front of me, if that makes you feel any better.
No,
yeah, because you don't race with us anymore.
Well, I'm sorry that I have things happening in my life.
Well, while we were in the back racing for a top 10, and Rob was watching from the couch, someone who was up front and was up front all night and ended up winning the championship, his 3rd championship in the CRL Truck Series, Lane Hosler. How you doing?
Not too bad, guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You know, I feel like after we had you on, I think it was one of our very first episodes.
3rd or
that we
4th
had.
episode, I believe.
Yeah, it was early when we first started the podcast, and we had inducted you into the CRL Hall of Fame, 2nd driver to be inducted. The other one being Fred Garcia. You had the most wins. You still do. You have the most wins. You had 2 championships at that time, and you said you wanted to go and win a championship. You know, you had the struggles last season. You had the dominant seasons before that, but couldn't really piece it all together this season. Winning 4 races, winning your 3rd championship. How does that feel, knowing that you got it done in, I guess you could say, the modern era of the Clean Racing League?
I mean, yeah, it's nice to finally be able to say I put together a whole season rather than being good but not the best. Realistically, you know, we got to that point and I just couldn't figure out how to finish off a season. I'm still not sure that I actually have that figured out. I think I got a little bit lucky with cautions and whatnot, but it's still, I don't want to say the monkey's off my back because, like, I always want to win more, but it feels good.
So I've had the pleasure of racing against you in a championship 4 final before. I think once, because it was at Phoenix in season 20. But I know that you made it to the finals that year, and then the following year was your 6-win season that, you know, you made it to the championship 4 at Homestead previously. So I'm kind of just curious, you know, I know you said that you feel like the monkey is not really off your back, but I guess I'm curious to find out what you've taken from your previous experiences, both, you know, season 20, season 21, and maybe it could be how you prepared for the race, mentally, how you know, how you went about the night of. Just kind of walk us through any changes you made from season 21 to this season where you felt like it, you know, either took the pressure off or made a difference for you going into the race.
I mean, I pretty much always approach every race pretty similarly. Like, I don't want to put too much pressure on any one thing. typically, like, coming into a race, I'll kind of hop into the session, do maybe 15 to 20 laps, and try to see what the balance of the truck's going to be. And then I kind of just adjust the strategy from that. Monday night, I really didn't do anything different. Came home, ate some steak, had a beer, hung out, joined practice, and like kind of I didn't do a whole lot of driving in practice, and I kind of had this plan of like I didn't want to be the leader of the race, as much as possible. I didn't want to lead, and then we took off, and Seth, I think it was Seth on the pole, he immediately got loose, and I immediately took the lead, and I was like, well, shit, here we go. So like my plan pretty much was just to hang out in the top 5-ish and hope that the cards fell the right way.
Yeah, and that kind of goes on to what I was gonna ask you about. I know I had went back and watched the broadcast, and Joe had pulled you up and was asking about your plans for the race and whatnot, and you had kind of mentioned that you wanted to do the opposite of what you did the last time we had the championship race at Homestead, and you ended up falling short of that one. But you led 71 laps out of 130. That's over half, and uh, you got the job done. So like, what after you started the race and you got out front and you continued to lead laps and just drove around up front, and or what was the mindset, I guess, behind your race after you realized that you weren't going to do the opposite of what you did before? If that makes
So right when I took the lead, I could see, I think Josh at the time, or maybe it was Ross, was in third, and I wasn't watching Parker's, my relative to Parker. I was watching my relative to those guys because I knew Parker was going to stay right on my ass no matter what I did. Um, so I was watching the relative back to like third and fourth and trying to keep the gap relatively small, but I was just trying to manage it. And then maybe 10 or 15 laps into the run, they were still kind of falling off. So I knew I was doing decent saving tires, and I tried to pick the pace up. And as soon as I picked the pace up, Parker matched me, and that made me super nervous. I was actually really worried about Parker at that point because I knew that somehow he was doing a better job of saving tires than I was, even though I was trying to save as much as possible. So, like, we got that first caution, and I didn't want to pit, but we were talking in our team channel, and it sounded like the general consensus was that we were going to have to pit. So we did, and then on the next restart was when Ross and Seth were right on me and Parker. I intentionally let Parker take the lead because that was my plan. My plan wasn't to lead. But then with the way Ross was blinking, he kind of started closing on us, and I intentionally was like, I gotta get out of here. I didn't want to have some random incident with Ross and throw it away that way. So I kind of dropped back to fourth and just hung out there. Um, and then I can't remember the caution after that, or we had green flag pit stops. We had green flag pit stops, and then we came out of the pits, and Parker had put like 4 seconds on me. And at that point I pretty much gave up in a way. Not like gave up, but I was like, oh man, Parker, if this goes green, he's got it. And I was okay with that. I was just gonna try to maintain as best I could in hopes that something else happened. And then we got that other caution, and we were talking to the team channel about whether or not to pit. And I started kind of doing the math in my head. And I'm like, I don't think this is doable, but I think it's my only option. So I stayed out, and Parker pitted, and then we got that other caution, and it felt perfect. Like, I kind of had a number in my head of what we needed, and it felt perfect. I was like, "Oh, this is my opportunity," and I kind of took it.
Yeah, it was a fantastic race. You you guys had touched on, you and Parker really kind of drove away from the field. I know we'll kind of touch on it. Jordan Trass and Joshua Altos were the other two that you were racing. John, sorry, Jordan Trass was having some the equivalent of a mechanical failure. Uh, his computer crashed in the championship race. Um, I
Brutal.
can't imagine what that feels like. Um, I know he was kind of back in traffic, but to kind of have it taken away from you like that has got to suck. Um, Even if he wasn't up there with you and Parker, um, or close to Josh, to have it crash and you automatically be out of contention, it's got to kind of sting a little bit. So hate it for him that he didn't get to finish the race in its entirety. I know he came back and finished it, but that's got to suck. Um, and yeah, but it was a fantastic race. I went back and watched it, um, just how close it was and how long you went on fuel. Uh, so
I was gonna say, like, I want to know how. I mean, I know how you did it, right? Because I mean, I'm a racer as well, but how much fuel did you have to save in order just to make it that far?
So I watched it back last night, and I kind of think so. Josh topped off on fuel before we went green, and I kind of think that that's what saved me a little. So when the restart happened, I I took maybe a lap and a half or 2 laps, and I pushed as hard as I could and got to the lead. And as soon as I got to the lead, I started shutting the truck off. Um, and then pretty much I was just clutching and shutting the truck off in at the entry to every corner. Um, from that point, I had to do it every lap. I coming to the checkered, I actually ran out of gas off 4 and coasted across the start finish line.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You were
I
shutting.
actually, I saw the broadcast. I was, as soon as you came out of turn 4, as you got closer to the finish line, I was like, yeah, he's out. That was crazy.
I thought
Well,
you were just being a gentleman whenever you parked it on the line and didn't burn it down.
no, I was completely out. It so I probably could have saved enough to like get back to the start finish line and maybe do a burnout, but like going into 3 on the last lap, I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm not going to shut it off. And as soon as I did that, it was like, you're out of gas. I'm like, oh crap.
Well, we're all happy you made it back to the line and ended up bringing home the CRL Truck Series Championship, which the belt um, the belt has been ordered, um, and it should be there soon. Uh, so I'm very excited for you to get that. That's it's our big thing we do in the Clean Racing League. The belt for the Truck Series Champion and the ring for the ARCA Series Champion. So that's it's gonna be cool for you to get that, and yeah, hopefully it's not the last one that you get, because right now Ross Tatum's got 2 of them. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm
but
still hoping he's gonna give me one.
I was kind of hoping he'd
Wishful
come
thinking.
to the Coke 600 weekend and I get to see them, but he did
Don't.
not.
No. He came to the Coke 600, but there's a little bit of a miscommunication. There's some controversy amongst our group on what happened there.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
he did not sit with us. He would
How
argue that,
rude.
yeah, he would argue that we gave his ticket to somebody else. I would argue that he chose to sit with somebody else over sitting with us. But that's a story for another day. We're not going to get into it because it's going to get my blood pressure up.
So
Wait, hold on.
who would you have given the other seat to? Because we're
So
definitely getting into this.
Yeah,
we
sorry, Lane.
Yeah, okay, this is the important thing in the podcast
yeah, I
now,
didn't-
apparently.
Next year it'll be me. So
True, that's true.
What, the
So
600?
yeah,
I mean, listen, I'm
Maybe.
down to get a big old
Hey,
group to go to the
I
600
am
because
Hey.
we're
too.
going anyway.
I bet.
we live here, so like it's right there.
Yeah, that's true. That's
But,
true.
Hey, the Sim Racing Expo is going to be here next year too. So like, if you guys want to go look at like
That'd
some
be
sim
fun.
racing stuff, try some motion rigs. That's a thing. That's going to happen.
I am definitely not buying a motion rig.
I didn't say you had to buy one. You can try it out.
I'm pretty sure you just said buy a motion rig.
No, did I?
they're the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
No. Well,
And if you try it, you might as well buy it because you're gonna like it.
no. Okay, look. Having the extra feedback we are getting really off topic. Why did he not sit with you?
So Ross originally was supposed to come down like Friday, Saturday for the truck race and Xfinity race. And then Ross got a new job in the meantime, basically. His old job, he worked on Sundays. He worked Sunday to Thursday. So his weekend was Friday, Saturday. And so he wasn't going to be able to get the night off for the 600. So when we bought tickets, we bought 4 thinking that, okay, we'll just find 2 tickets to, for whoever wants to go. We knew that it would be Josh and I, and probably Evan would go. Our friend Yvonne Coleman. And we
Yvonne?
just knew there would be 1 or 2 extra tickets. So I had planned on Ross being there with us on Friday, Saturday for Truck and Xfinity. And then after he took the new job, he was able to come down for the 600, didn't actually come Friday or Saturday, only came on Sunday. So the tickets that were his on Friday, Saturday got used from someone else. And then there were tickets in the section over from us, but Zach Peterson was already with us. So our 4 tickets were accounted for. Because we didn't know that he was going to be coming on Sunday. But I just like to give him shit and say that he picked Will Bustler over us just to give him a hard time.
I would pick Will over you.
Damn.
That's fucked up. But also,
I'm-
Ross literally came back to the Airbnb that night and bragged about how Will gave him a cheeseburger. And I said, I'm sorry that I'd die if I gave you a cheeseburger, you asshole.
I mean, you wouldn't die if you gave it to him.
Dude, I
mean,
felt,
yeah, like I would just go into anaphylactic shock if I touched it. But yes, I wouldn't die.
I felt so bad when we went out like to eat at like the restaurants and whatnot, because like all I got was cheeseburgers.
Yeah, but
Like,
Dude's Burger it's Dude's Burger Bar, right?
What? Where we went?
Yeah, where we went.
No, Bad Daddy Burgers.
Bad Daddy's. There you go. But also they had turkey burgers. That was awesome.
Yeah, they got some
That-
really good food. I'm mad they didn't have the deviled eggs, but
Yeah.
I should have named my burger like the William Byron something, because he fucking ruined my fucking
What?
day. Hey, remember? 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
that's right.
yeah,
Because Denny
yeah, you could-
sucks. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, okay. No, we went to the Xfinity race, jackass. Like William
Yeah.
Byron.
Yeah, that's true. He almost swept that weekend if it weren't for Ross the Boss Chastain.
I do have a funny story for you guys.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right.
So I will say, like this past weekend, we had like a big dirt bike riding party at my parents' house, and we rode dirt bikes all day Saturday. But this past weekend was an event called AMA Vintage Motorcycle Days. It's held at Mid Ohio Sports Car Course every year.
Okay.
So in my life, I have 4 national championships racing dirt bikes.
nice.
All of them came at that event over the course of 2011, 2012, and 2015. So all of those came from this week, essentially. So I was like last night, I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? It's kind of fitting that I would clinch a championship this weekend because it's the only time I've ever won championships.
That actually kind of makes sense now.
Yeah.
See.
So like, Yeah, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, this is perfect. So like, I'm not even looking forward to next season. I'm just gonna get the next season. So
I
That is kind of wild, though.
the closest I've ever come to winning a championship at anything was when Jacob and I did the K1 like World Challenge thing, like the little like league racing thing.
One Sunday a month.
The one Sunday a month. I ended up winning the first race. I won the first race, qualified on pole, won the first race, but it was 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020.
What happened in
Animal
2020?
Crossing came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what kept me occupied when I couldn't go anywhere. That and the fact that I didn't have a car. But like the yeah, I had to rely on Jacob. What a guy.
I still think it would be fun next year. We tried to briefly talk about doing it this year, but I still think it would be fun if we could get enough people to go to the 600 to do a Grand Prix style like party. We actually did that for Josh's bachelor party
At
at GoPro. Yeah. Well, now Trackhouse Motorplex.
Trackhouse.
We would have to.
I'm
You would
down.
have.
All you
You
got
would
to
have.
do is just let me know.
You would have to add an extra day to your trip, and we would have to take off work because that Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'd be booked for the races.
Listen,
We
I'm
would
just
have to
saying,
go. We would have to
if you
go.
have time to go to the Sim Racing Expo, we have time to go to Trackhouse.
Oh no,
I'd
no.
rather go. I'd
Yeah, I
rather
was
go
gonna say,
go-kart racing with the
if
boys than go sim racing when I can do that at home.
anytime I can bust out the helmet and hop some
Lane will be there
curbs.
too. Look, we got. You're gonna have 2 CRO champions. No, because Josh will be there and
Josh will
maybe
be
Ross.
there.
Wow, see, look
Ross,
at
yeah,
this. It's a CRO
yeah.
championship event.
Yeah, as
The
long as
the
we'll invite him. Yeah, he
the
should be there.
the menace himself, Zachary Peterson, might be there as well. So
Everybody listening to the podcast. Next Coke 600, it's gonna be a CRL event at GoPro or Trackhouse Motorplex.
we can make it happen.
I'm gonna
Everybody's invited.
be honest with you. If everyone rents a GoPro and gives me the footage, I
Or
I
Joe
would
Spinelli.
I would say, or
That'd
Joe
be
Spinelli, I would put
that'd be
it
awesome.
together.
Have a couple of
So
people who I'll bring Caitlin and tell her to record from like the watchtower.
I
say
will
what?
intentionally dump Jakob. I've just thrown that out there.
I
You got to
remember
keep up with me first.
Jacob. Do you
Yeah,
remember?
it's true.
Off topic. It's about racing at Trackhouse, but like this is back when it was GoPro. Jacob, you remember when we went that one time and uh Jacob and I are really fast there, and like when we were racing people that like weren't like quick, we would absolutely like throttle the field. Um, but this one guy had pushed me on those curbs, and Lane, have you ever been there?
No,
Okay, so like
I haven't raced a go kart in probably 8 years.
If you go online on YouTube, you can find plenty of videos about it. Those curbs
yeah,
are beasts.
Dude,
so
yeah, it's like hitting the curbs at Coda. Or the
so
turtles at Coda.
the I so you can't hit them, but if you hit them, it literally shoots the cart like up in the air because like you're not that far off the ground. Like the floor of the cart is literally like your ass. So like you hit the curb and you're literally bouncing over it. Um, and me and Jacob were cutting up through the field. One time we were there. This was years ago. And there's if you watch the videos of the full circuit, there's a carousel like a right hander. Then it cuts into a left, back to a right, back to a left, and then there's a sweeping left that leads into a hairpin. That double left, that or the left that leads into like the sweeping left. This guy, I guess, did not see me or seen me and thought he was going to push me onto this like turtle. It's like curb. So I hopped over it. My cart's like in the air, and it literally I land on him and it pushes him into the tire barrier, and there's a concrete wall on the other side, and I mean it killed that fucking cart. Like the tire was like gone, and like he's not happy with me. Uh, it was just one of those things. Like, like what do you want me to do? I can't steer in the air. Like it's not an airplane. So we had a lot of there was a lot of situations go karting. There was that time at K1 I sent that like 11-year-old airborne in the chicane. Um, yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it's the
That's
fact
the
that you said
that's
I sent the 11-year-old.
that's the tag for the podcast this week. Is I wrecked an 11-year-old.
No. Okay. So okay.
I was there. Like, I know what he's talking about.
It was
It
my
wasn't Caleb's fault, but
look. Listen.
That's incredible.
It was my 19th birthday. I wanted to go karting. My buddy Garrett, Jacob, and my dad, and I don't know if my brother was there, but they were all there, right? And we're go karting, and we're having fun. And I guess there was like this group of kids. I guess they were having a fun day, and this kid kept like swerving into me, kept knocking the side of me, and like I got my gloves on, I got my own helmet, like we're taking this shit serious. So he kept knocking into me, and
10
and I
advisors so they can't see our
yeah
eyes.
yeah 10 advisor, like we're in it. So, but I look, I understand how dangerous like driving anything is. Like this shit hurts if you wreck. Um, so I knew that, but I also wasn't gonna keep getting doored by this fucking 11-year-old just because he thinks it's bumper cars. So going into the chicane, which can really only fit like one go kart at a time, he like tried to squeeze me, and I just like squeezed him into the wall, and you literally seen the car like pop up because it was the bumpers, and then you had the wall, so it literally like squeezed his car and like popped him up, and then he landed. He didn't touch me for the rest of the time, so like I mean I guess he learned, but like
You hurt the kid.
no, I look, listen.
Dude, so the chicanes at the K1 speed in Concord, the chicane is very narrow, and if you don't hit it right, and if you try to enter side by side with somebody, one of you two, if not both of you, is going to smack the shit out of the wall, and it like you bounce off of it, and it sends you back across the track the other way. So
Yeah.
it'll lift your cart up off the track and send you back across the track. He sent this kid back across the track off the wall right in front of me, and I T-boned his ass. That's why I remember it.
Okay, all right, hold on. You saying T-bone reminds me of something else. I'm sorry, we're talking about go-karting now, and I apologize. Jacob, you remember when it was raining at Trackhouse?
Yeah, and I almost broke my knee. Yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
get into that
yeah, that's
because you can't drive in the rain.
buddy. I set a lap 2 seconds faster than anybody. I am, and I will say this now, the rental cart rain specialist.
That's a title.
That's not a joke. He has literally called himself that ever since that day.
Well, listen, Will Power was even there. Like you, look,
Yeah, that is true. Willpower was there.
yeah, it was us and a whole bunch of like guys that raced in SMB. Like when the SMB guys, Rob had their own league. There was a whole bunch of us, and we raced, and there was like what 10 of us. Um, but yeah, no, the first 3 races, track was hot. It was dry. The last 3 races, brother, it was like a goddamn flood. Like it was,
Monsoon, dude. It was
dude. Like
bad. Like we probably should have just went home.
yeah, like well they told us, they were like, you can wait it out, or like we could save the races and you can come back another day. And we're like, we want to race. Um, like we're gonna race. Um, but like I had my visor, and like it was so, like it was raining so hard. It was raining so hard to where like my visor was fogging up. So like when I wasn't behind somebody, I had the visor up and I was just eating fucking water because I was like, I can't see with the visor down because I'm not gonna keep wiping it like a goddamn windshield, like So I just every time I get behind somebody, I flip it down and just pray that I didn't like overdrive the corner or spin it or something. Which I did. I only spun it like one time, and that was when Jacob ate shit. So
So he says I ate shit, but he literally, so like going into the last corner, you've been there, right, Rob?
Yes.
So you know how you got you loop back around the little carousel turn, and then it like a small bend to the right, and then it's like a sharp like 80-degree back down the front stretch. He is
Yes.
sitting sideways in the track while it is pouring down the rain, stopped right there at the apex of the final corner. And I'm sliding sideways because I hit my brakes to try to slow down, hit a puddle, and I'm literally sliding sideways into him, left side into his right side, and just watching him from 50 feet away, minimum. I'm literally just sliding. It felt like an eternity because I knew I was going to hit him, and I hit him hard and smashed my knee against the steering column, and I literally couldn't stand up out
I
of the go-kart after that. I couldn't even
Oof.
hit the gas pedal.
I think our heads, like our helmets, touched because like we
Yeah,
literally hit
my
flush.
cart came up off the ground. I'm pretty sure we knocked noggins.
Dude, I remember seeing him, and like I have the tinted visors. Like I had put my visor down, and like I see him coming, and I'm like, oh god. So like I just start bracing. I'm like, oh god, please don't hit me hard. Like pause. But like I'm like, oh god, please don't. And then as soon as he hits me, like I felt my knees hit the center column. I'm like, oh that. Luckily, I think it was our second to last race. It's like we were almost
No,
done
that
with
was
the
our
day.
last race.
Oh, then yeah. So
Yeah, because we left after that.
well, no, well we had 3 races, so like that must have been the last rain race. But the track was still really wet. But
I
yeah,
had a 5-speed to drive too on the way back home. That didn't go well.
oh yeah, that's where you hit the tire on 485.
Oof, I remember those pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
I didn't hit it that same day. That was just the same car. If I
dude,
hit it the same day, that'd have been a rough fucking day.
wrecked on the go kart track, wrecked on the way home. Oh, that's terrible. Oh man, yeah, no, go
But
karting's
yeah,
fun.
CRL event, a CRL go kart event would be muy bueno.
I okay. If we did a CRL karting event, and I'll well when this episode goes live, I will post a poll. If we do a CRL karting event, I feel like we should do the full race weekend layout one. It's not like the most expensive one they do, but it's like the second one where like you get the practice sessions, the qualifying session, and the race session, and then do like a whole like race weekend
Yeah,
type thing.
that's their Grand Prix or whatever.
Ah, gotcha. But I think we should get a trophy, and then whoever wins that takes the trophy home. I think that'd be cool. Because I mean, it'd be from the sim to the racetrack. I think that'd be very cool.
Yeah, I can see it.
Because I mean, honestly, like it especially at Trackhouse, formerly GoPro, what you do on the sim translates very well there. Especially if you like if you take like a Legends car and drive it
Yeah.
around in the game or in the sim. Sorry, if you drive it around in the sim, um, and then go race those go karts. To me, it feels somewhat identical because those carts are heavier than the ones you see that like zoom around. Like they have a
Right.
little bit more weight to them. So
It's like driving a fixed setup
yeah, they're
when you
tight
race a
too.
rental go kart.
Yeah. Well, there's a karting place in Charlotte. Jacob, what's it called?
Victory lane.
Victory Lane. There it is. Um,
They're
that
loose as
place.
hell.
Yeah, well, they have a slick track, which is like rain, um, which I like, and then they have one that I call Sebring, and it's their like racetrack, but like their turn one for that track is literally the last corner of Sebring. It is so bumpy, and it's fun, but like those things fucking fly. Um, gas powered, but yeah. I feel like we've turned this episode into a go-karting episode, and I'm sorry. Oh man. But
I mean, you guys got me driving a legend car right now, so
there, look, the you put the legend car
He's
on like
practicing already.
you put it on the Roval short, like Charlotte Roval short, and you go drive like a go-kart, they feel damn near identical. But not like identical, but like the weight is there, especially if you go to like Trackhouse that's in Mooresville. Um, but before we continue any further, let's go ahead and shout out our sponsors. Ghost Athletics, the primary sponsor of the CRL Truck Series um, for next season as well. Apex Mountain Apparel, sponsor of our Elite Series, CRL Elite Series, which will be on Tuesday nights starting in September. You can check out the CRL apparel line on their website, which I personally think is really, really cool. Um, the fact that you can go get a CRL Truck Series T-shirt right now, that's kind of neat. Um, so,
I
and
actually ordered one last night.
oh, did you? That's
Yeah.
I I I was looking and I was like, man, I'm gonna get me a CRL podcast shirt, and they didn't have one. I was like, man, I got a bone to pick with Drew, but nah, I honestly, I sent it to like all my friends. I was like, look at this cool shit. I was like, look at this, like this series that we do that we all enjoy very, very much. You can go to a website and get a T-shirt. I just think that's really, really cool. So huge shout out to Drew at Apex Mountain Apparel, our sponsor of the Elite Series. Grant Designs, sponsor of our ARCA series, um, on Wednesday nights, starting back up next season in September. Um, and our truck series, we'll go ahead and talk about that too, starts up in September as well. So all of our seasons will pretty much be aligned, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you can catch all of those on OSR Network at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on their respective nights. Um, which I'm very excited for all of them. Um, so I know Lane is going to defend his third championship, defend the belt. This is the first season we've had somebody other than Ross have the belt, so going to be pretty exciting going in. I know Ross is going to be hungry for another one, but I also know Lane is going to go out there, win some more races, and try to go back to back, win his fourth championship. I know Rob will not be racing with us unless he will be.
No.
He will not be racing with us. This is very unfortunate news. But hopefully everybody tunes in and makes the Clean Racing League special like it always is. It's always fun to go back and watch what Joe from OSR does. Um, so it's very exciting. We have a lot of things going on in the off season because our off season started this week after the championship race. So we got our schedule out there. 2 road courses. We teased that last we teased it Monday, Rob, the road
Yes.
courses. So, which is unfortunate. I will not be there for Coda West. It is Thanksgiving week. So, I'm going to miss one of the road course races.
Oof, one of the most
And
fun
it's
road courses too.
tell me about it. You remember the last time I raced Coda in the CRL series?
Yeah, you ran the full layout, right?
Yeah, it was full. It was full layout, but
Okay.
the full layout, an extra pit stop, and I was still a minute ahead. I mean, brother.
I mean, to be fair, I think everybody that wasn't named Caleb Smith wrecked that race. So,
Listen, I will. That is my one and only CRL Truck Series win. Um, and now I'll take it. I think other than when we raced Thursdays with the Cup Series, Cup Series, I've only won on road courses. ARCA Series, I've only won on road course. Truck Series, I've only won on a road course. I won a lot of road courses when we did Thursday night, but I won some ovals too. So,
well, I guess depending on what it looks like for me that week, I'm gonna try and make the race because honestly, Evan and I have a tradition to uphold, and I know he'd like to maybe reverse the rules this time, just for funsies. I don't know.
Lane, you gotta be in third to take advantage of the fuck shit that's going to happen.
I mean, I guess.
Someone's gotta do it, because I won't be there. Listen, unless I can pick up this big ass rig, put it in the trunk of my Kia, and then drive it to Tennessee. This thing's like 200 pounds. It's
It
heavy as
honestly
fuck.
just sounds like you're not committed enough.
Dude, I honestly would go out and buy like a Thrustmaster wheel with like the little desk thing and
Uh-huh.
take my computer with me. I would. The only issue is I would be yelled at for doing it.
That's fair.
You can't spend time with the family. No, I'm racing. I want to race. I like it.
Priorities, people.
Exactly, priority. Look, if you're listening to the podcast, odds are you
It's
race.
just an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, so what I
Sometimes
spent
you
an
need a
extra...
vacation from your vacation.
Exactly. So what I spent $300 on an extra wheel I'm never going to use again. At least I have it.
Exactly.
You never know. You never
What's
know.
the saying? It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yup.
Yeah.
Oh man. I will tell you this. I feel like my results over the past few weeks and like in the playoffs have been really, really good. Top tens, other than Phoenix, but I was running like sixth before I got taken out. Um, I've started writing down. Um, I've started writing down like my stuff. So like for Indy, I wrote down like how many laps of races, my fastest lap, the fastest pole time for the race, um, steering ratio I'm running, race like the temp that I did in practice compared to the actual like practice session. So how many laps of fuel, my race strategy, depending on the fuel, and it seems to be working out. Anything to gain a few positions.
Love that for you.
Yeah,
If
you
you
know,
saw the number of post-it notes I have stuck to my monitor, you'd go crazy.
I yeah,
I write everything on a post-it note while I'm practicing.
I so like I wear like racing gloves, like full on like K1 race gear like gloves. They're like FIA grade gloves, but like they're thick as fuck because they're fire resistant. Um, like the fireproof gloves. So like I got this pin and I'm trying to like scribble down these notes because I don't want to take off my gloves. So like it looks like chicken scratch. Like it is terrible. Um, but like I can just make out what it is. Um, but I mean it's helping me because I can go back and like whenever we go back to these tracks in the future, I have a baseline to kind of go back on. Because when you watch a broadcast, yeah, it's nice to go back and like watch what happened, but he doesn't follow just one person the entire time.
Right.
So it's nice to kind of have notes on what happened previous. So I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I started doing it just recently, but I'm gonna do it all next season for all the series. I still don't know if I'm gonna be full time in Elite yet. It's kind of hard to commit to 3 straight nights of racing. Um, I feel like 2 was kind of perfect for me because we do the podcast too. So um, I might race a few, but I don't know if I'm gonna commit to like running the full season.
Yeah. No, I understand that for sure.
So, but Lane, we do appreciate you coming onto this podcast. Our season 23 CRL Truck Series Champion. Um, I we do appreciate you coming on, and having a talk with us, and kind of going through your mindset before the race, during the race, how you save fuel, which was honestly shocking to me. Um, so thank you for sharing all of that with us, and to everyone that listens to our podcast every week. Um, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. It's it's always a pleasure to hang out and talk to you guys. I do have to give a shout out to both Hosler Fence and the Only Dads guys. If not for honestly, if not for Nate and Evan, like they were pretty influential in keeping me racing, and they were part of what drew me to the league back. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. So, shout out to those guys too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we we love those guys over Only Dads. Big fans of them. You know, just the duo of those individuals. Um, that was definitely a fun podcast to do. Um, but we we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. We are gonna go on a 2-week break from the podcast. We got some very exciting things planned when we come back and start doing new episodes. There's going to be more, I guess, structure to these episodes. You know, with us kind of pushing the date to Monday mornings instead of Friday mornings, it gives us the podcast team more time to plan and execute what we want to do. So we do appreciate everyone that listens and that their continued support of the podcast, and we do wish we hope that everyone enjoyed this season of the CRL podcast and all the guests we had on from our um, season 23 Truck Series Champion, our ARCA Series Champion, Bobby Mantle, to our first ever CRL Hall of Famer, Frederick Garcia. So we're gonna have more people on next season whenever we come back from our break, with hopefully better structure. But we appreciate everyone that listens and watches on Spotify and YouTube, and we will see everyone when we come back from our break. Bye bye.
Come on, Khalib.
I did it. Okay, all right.
Just restart the whole thing over.
I did.
Everything.
I did. Okay. All right.
Do you need me to go from the top?
Do you
I need a
want to?
second celebratory beer.
Oh yeah, go grab you one of those.
Yeah, I was saying, man. Do you?
What are you drinking on? I think he's gone.
I think so too.
No, it's some MGD.
Was that?
Miller Genuine Draft.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah.
I don't.
I'm
gonna doesn't drink, so
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna ask a question.
I'm gonna be honest. If I'm not drinking twisted teas, I'm drinking liquor. So I was lost there for a second.
Let me tell you about a fantastic drink combination.
Sunkissed and
no, he's
Crown
gonna
Peach.
He's gonna say Fireball and something else.
Fireball and Cheerwine, brother. Like, just put them two together.
Oh yeah.
Like I hear Cheerwine's making its way up to fucking Ohio now. So like, if you see it out, like, I don't
feel like you had to. I don't feel like you need to call it fucking Ohio. I mean, it could just be Ohio.
Well, no. My buddy, I'm in a group chat with like 2 people from Ohio, and like they're like, oh man, Cheerwine's here. Like I had to buy it.
I'm a Crown, Maple, and Coke guy. So
Crown Maple. I didn't even know they made such a thing.
I can't find it anymore.
The Maple was a limited time thing.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
They must have run out of.
I like the vanilla one.
It's good too.
Vanilla and Dr. Pepper.
Oh yeah, that would be good. But also, you could just drink vanilla Dr. Pepper,
or you just drink the regular Dr. Pepper with the vanilla liquor.
I mean, that is a choice too.
It tastes like a spicier Dr. Pepper.
I love the options we're throwing out here.
I think I'm going to start drinking for the podcast.
Shit, go ahead.
Dude,
All right, we're getting totally sidetracked, Caleb.
I've recorded all of this.
Hey,
it's going in the blooper reel.
Dude, honestly, I might just put it at the end.
Do it.
Like,
okay.
favorite drink combinations with the boys with the CRL podcast.
CRL Podcast alcohol recommendations.
Yep. Certified clean.
Get our own liquor.
No,
Get the
dude,
clean
that's
liquor over here.
no, that's terrible. All right, are we ready?
Waiting on you.
Yeah, right. All right, 3,
Hold on.
2. God bless America, dude.
Just kidding.
All
I'm
right,
good.
all right. We good. We good. Jacob, Lane.
Great.
All right, man. My name is Caleb. God damn it!
Do you need me to start this? Are you okay?
What you should do is you should take your headset off for a second. Like completely off your head.
Yeah.
Think about it. Put it back on and let's start.
No, it's fine. It's fine.